And what is going on, guys? Andrew Hayes here, back with another video. Another wrestling video, I should say, with my boy, Double Nine. How you doing, my
Hey,
boy?
what's up, you guys? Phone Fan 0599 here again, and I stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning for a very uneventful wrestling event because I'm a dumbass. Now,
Okay, I decided to wait. Anyway, let's get right to it. No need to delay any further.
what?
With the first match of the evening. For the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the New Day versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I didn't really uh, wasn't really surprised by the result of this match, and I'm sure neither were you because
Yeah.
we both picked the New Day to win. So that's both a point for us. This was a fine match. I was kind of disappointed because I expected this match to be better given the two teams. They're two of the best teams in the WWE right now. So I expected a little bit better of a match, but this is a little bit of an underwhelming match, in my opinion. The beginning started off like really good, but then the match really slowed down, and that killed the match for me. But by no means was it a terrible match. It was just a very mediocre match, in my opinion. They went with the right person there, so I'm just happy with that result. I would have been fine with the Bar winning, but I would have preferred the New Day to win. What about you, Double Nine?
Kind of, it was fine. It had its fun moments here and there, but it was kind of, a decent opener. Didn't have too much going on with it. Felt like just another tag team match you would see on an episode of Raw or SmackDown, to be honest. Didn't feel like anything nuanced or special with it. So yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, no, I very much agree with that. On to the next match. Unless you have anything else to
we
say.
didn't give it. Oh, we didn't give.
Oh, rating. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, same 2.5 out of 5.
All right, on to the next match. For the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte versus Becky, with Charlotte winning by disqualification. Becky retains the title, but we don't get the point because Charlotte won. She just didn't get the title, but we both said Becky. So, so we both don't get the point there. I'll let you start this one.
It was fine. This was another one that was just kind of for me. I wasn't too keen on the match. The match at Hell in a Cell was way better than this, to be honest. But it was another decent matchup. The end result was kind of whatever. Like, I'm like, I mean, you beat her clean the first time. Why couldn't you do it the second time? You know what I mean? But whatever.
Yeah,
but yeah, just a decent match.
Yeah, especially since I don't really see the need for this feud to go on any longer. To be 100% honest, and
they're fighting again on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, like I just would have rather preferred Becky get the clean win because she did get it at Hell in a Cell, which was a really good match in my opinion. And like this match was fine, like you said. I think what really killed it for me was the finish. Like, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of disqualification finishes or count-out finishes. There are times where they have been done pretty well, like at SummerSlam. I think the AJ Styles or Samoa Joe winning by disqualification finish was done very well.
Yes.
But this, I just don't think it was done well. There was no reason for it. And I would have rather have seen Becky win clean. And like I said, I don't see a need for this feud to go on any longer than it has. It's been a good feud, but I don't think so. We're definitely gonna see them probably at Evolution too. I don't know. Even if you say they're fighting on SmackDown tonight, hopefully that's a better match. And even at Evolution, I would hope for a better match. And it's like I'm not pissed that this feud is continuing because this has been a pretty good feud. They had a really good match in Hell in a Cell, and this match wasn't the worst. I actually like this better than the tag team match. This is probably
I'd
the best.
slightly prefer this over the tag team.
Yeah, and honestly, quite frankly, this is the best women's match on out of the ones out of the three that we saw tonight. This was my personal favorite, and so like it's not like a bad thing. It just was like a step down from the one in Hell in a Cell, and I think a lot why I just had a problem with it was the finish. So like I wouldn't be upset. Like I'm not upset that it's continuing. I just don't think it's like needed. Yeah, you know, I give this a 3 out of 5 to be honest. So I liked it. Just like the finish is what killed it for me.
I give it like a 2.5. It was, like I said, it was decent. I didn't really think it was really all that great, to be honest, and the finish didn't like do any better for it, to be honest. So yeah, decent match overall.
Okay. Any other thoughts on this match?
No.
Okay. On to the next match. Bobby Lashley and John Cena versus Elias and Kevin Owens, with Bobby Lashley and John Cena winning. Now, before I get to the actual match, I will say probably my favorite Elias segment, like ever, in the history of Elias, was this one, and I'll tell you why, and he knows exactly what I'm about to say. So, so for those who don't know, my favorite band of all time is AC/DC. Where is AC/DC from? Australia. Elias is a fucking god and fucking decides to play fucking AC/DC at the Australia show, which was fantastic. He decides to play Thunderstruck, and while that was amazing within itself, the crowd starts chanting along with it, like as if, you know, they were singing the song, and I thought it was like they added to that, and like, I mean, the crowd was fine for the most part, but this just this made I love the crowd for this. And you know, Elias kind of messed up at the end, but like I thought it was funny, like, because you could tell he messed up, but he like saved himself, and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, Andrew's like, this segment's like a 5 out of 5. The matchup I don't even care about. This segment's like a 5 out of 5.
This segment's like a 5 out of 5. Like, I'm being 100% honest. And what's funny, what was funny is I knew it's not, like, he was not by any means playing that at the speed it was meant to be played at, but like, I've been learning it. Like, I just recently learned it myself, actually, and I'm playing it myself. So like I was like kind of like half paying attention, and then I heard it like, oh shit, he's playing Thunderstruck. Like, I gotta listen. Yeah. And just awesome. The match was not that good. It was what I expected it to be. And by the way, we both said Lashley and Cena was gonna win, so we both got the point on that one.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm not a fan in the slightest of John Cena's new finishing move. I think it's really, really dumb.
Okay, it's stupid as fuck, but I love it for some reasoning.
My problem is with it, and I'll tell you exactly why. He hypes it up. So he's been hyping up our new finishing move. I'm going to add a 6th move of doom. He's been hyping it up so much. And then he does the little thing, and he goes, ah! Ah! And he does this, and then all of a sudden, it's like, boom! And I get it. It's like, cool, but like the impact is just not there for that to be a finishing move. It's like he lightly touches the opponent. Like, it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt you. Like, it's lame. And that's why, like, if it was like full speed, like, bam, like, oh man, that looked like it hurt. Like, I don't know.
Okay, and also, man, I laughed my ass off when fucking Corey Graves said the whole, like, finishing new move name. He's like, here it comes, the Kame, whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty dumb. Yeah, there's no need for that to be the 6th move of doom. Lashley sucks. I don't like him. He's probably my least favorite. Okay, so legit, like, Kona Reeves is probably my least favorite in the entire company. Then it's Bobby Lashley.
Then it's Leo Rush. Hey, look at the tour.
And Leo Rush is a good wrestler. I just fucking hate his fucking attitude and fucking shit. But yeah, those are my 3 least favorite. And then Brock Lesnar, and then Roman Reigns. There you go. But I kind of like Roman with the Shield, because he's not the fucking big dog with the Shield. But anyway, we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, I don't like this match. Kevin Owens and Elias both deserve better, especially Elias.
Yes. I would like to see these two continue as a tag team, though. I think they have great chemistry with each other. Hell, even if they won the tag team titles, I wouldn't complain about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I just want Elias to win a title, and I would never mind Kevin Owens winning a title.
Exactly, right?
Like I said, Elias and Kevin Owens are 2 of my 3 favorite people in the company right now.
So them as a team, you won't complain about.
Yeah, no, and them holding the titles. I'll never complain about either of them winning matches or having titles.
Yes, but yeah, but this matchup overall was okay, honestly. It was kind of just, hey, John Cena's at a big event. That's all this really was for, and nothing. And,
I guess we got to put Bobby Lashley over too, because that's fucking needed.
But yeah, 2 out of 5 for me on this match.
I give this about a 2 out of 5. This match.
Yeah, 2 out of 5.
To be honest. All right, but the live segment for him.
Oh yeah, like 5 out of 5 for that.
Oh yeah, it's legit my favorite Elias segment I've ever fucking seen.
Yes.
And I like it more than the one I fucking saw when I went to fucking Philadelphia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You saw me with the goddamn Royal Rumble.
Yeah. All right, on to the next match, which is another tag team match: Asuka and Naomi versus Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, the Iconics. Okay, we both went with the Iconics. Thank God they won, and we both get the point. And I will say this: I'm actually going to do something different here. I'm going to give my rating for this match beforehand, and you'll see in a second. I legitimately just give this match. This is a fine match. Again, I give this a 2 out of 5, 2.5 out of 5, somewhere within that range. And but I give the result again a 5 out of 5.
Yes.
And it's not even me, because I've said this before. I love the Iconics, Peyton Royce especially. I love Billie Kay too, but Peyton Royce is my favorite right now. Billie Kay is my second favorite, but Peyton Royce is my favorite right now. And as a team, I think they're just both fantastic. And my love for both of them is greater when they're together. But if I were to choose my favorite out of the two, obviously is Peyton Royce. I love Peyton Royce to death. And even that, that's not why I'm so happy with the result. I'm happy with the result because yes, they're 2 of my favorites right now. They won, but they're in Australia in their hometown, and they deserve to win. And I just thought it was a great choice overall. Other than that, the match is fine. It's nothing really special. I don't really have much to say about it. It was a generic match. It was 5 minutes. It wasn't that long. Kind of sloppy at times, but I'm just happy that the Iconics won.
Yeah, same. The matchup itself was it was fine. It was just kind of a generic tag team match, to be honest. Like I said, nothing you would see more on an episode of Raw or SmackDown, to be honest.
Yeah, legit, they put this match in there just so the Iconics can win in their hometown, which I have no problem with.
And you doubted me. You doubted me. You thought it wasn't going to happen, and I said it was going to happen.
But I went for the Iconics, so haha, fuck you.
Yes, but no. But yes, I went with the wild card because I knew it was in Australia, so I was like, if WWE cannot be this stupid to not let them get the win in their goddamn hometown, especially with the big event like this.
Yeah.
And they did, which is good, and it was a nice moment for them. And, you could tell this moment meant a lot to them and shit. They even start crying in the ring and shit. So, this moment meant a lot to them. So that was great. Match was fine. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. But the end result was fantastic.
Yeah, and also, the promo beforehand was really good. I didn't like the fucking crowd at this moment because I felt like they should have been fucking popping and going nuts for them because they're fucking from Australia. And how often do they come to Australia?
Exactly.
So, like, that's my thing. And it wasn't even them. Like, the promo was actually pretty good, but I feel like the crowd reaction should have been fucking better for them. But, yeah. I give it a 2 out of 5 as well. Now, on to the next match, which is a very interesting one. For the WWE Championship in a no countout, no disqualification match, AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, with AJ Styles winning. Now, this one was interesting because okay, so this really determined, or at least I thought determined, who was going to be in the lead after this match, because we both agreed that if the face won in this match, the heel was going to win in the other. So he went with Styles, and Miz, and I went with Joe and Bryan. So that means if he got, and I thought, like, if Styles win this match, he's in the lead, because I didn't see what was going to happen. We'll get to that later. So he gets the point on this one. So right now he tied it back up.
Yes.
And but other than that, I loved this match. I thought this was very good. Again, this has been my favorite feud of really on the main roster of 2018. And I thought that and it doesn't surprise me that this was a really, really good match, because they had a great match at SummerSlam. They had a really good match at Hell in a Cell, and they had a really good match here. And that doesn't surprise me, because they're like great friends. They have chemistry like for days. And it's just that they work so well together, and it's been proven. So, like, that didn't surprise me there. This is a very good match. As for the result, I said this last week. I really wanted Joe to win. I want Joe to be the champion. But AJ Styles is my favorite right now, and I can't complain when he wins. So I'm really happy And Joe made him tap out, and like the suspense was there, because you didn't know what was going to happen, because there was a couple spots where AJ got put in the rear naked choke but broke out, and this and that, and then he was trying to put Joe in the calf crusher and whatnot, and he finally tapped out. And I can't complain, because AJ was working on the knee, and they did that spot, so that didn't bother me.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about this match?
Great match. This was really fantastic, honestly. Definitely probably my favorite matchup of their feud so far right now, to be honest. I thought these two really brought their all in this match. And a lot of suspense too, because there were moments in this matchup where I really thought Samoa Joe was actually gonna win the matchup, to be honest. Like, so I was getting kind of scared. I was like, oh crap, I might be losing a point on this, but glad I went with my gut, because AJ Styles did end up winning the matchup. Yeah, overall, great matchup.
Yes, I really agree with that. But it doesn't surprise me, because, like I said, it's been a great feud. They have had great series of matches. And, my personal favorite is the one at SummerSlam, but that's no knock to this one, because this one is also really, really good. I would give it about 4 out of 5.
Same, 4 out of 5.
All right. Anything else before I move on?
Nope.
Okay. In the next match, a 6-woman tag team match, Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins defeat the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan. But before I get to what happened, we both went with Bella's and Rousey, so we both get the point on that one. But this match, again, was fine. I thought it was a little bit better than I expected, but again, wasn't really anything special in my eyes. It was definitely better than I think the Iconics and Asuka and Naomi. And the only reason I say that is because, like, Asuka and Naomi and the Iconics, that was a really short match. Like I said, it was 5 minutes, so that's what I think really killed that match. This one had a little bit more time, so and I really did like what the Riot Squad kind of did with the heat-wise, and I really like Liv Morgan in this match. This is the best I think I've seen her on the main roster.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay, so yeah. But yeah, like I said, this was the best I've seen Liv Morgan, and I really liked what the Riot Squad as a whole did. Ronda was good as expected, but I think what really killed this match for me was the Bella Twins. I've never been a fan of them, but I Just always thought they were have both been really sloppy. I mean, Nikki's a little bit better than Brie, and Nikki has shown some improvement over the years, but I'm still not a huge fan of her. But yeah, no, I think those what really killed the match. I didn't really see a need for them to be in this match. I would have rather have two other ones, maybe like Sasha and Bailey. I think would have been a better choice. But yeah, I didn't really think there was a need for the Bella Twins. But this match again was fine. I thought the Riot Squad did really good for what they were given, but yeah, this was a fine match. Oh, what do you think, Double Nine?
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, it was a fine match. The Riot Squad did show a lot of they did do really good in this matchup. Honestly, like I actually thought they were really great here. Everyone shined out of them. Rousey was fine. The Bella Twins, whatever. But I wasn't surprised by the end result. It was obvious they were gonna win. But that spot was cool where she put both of them in the double armbar. That was pretty cool,
that was a good spot.
But other than that, it was kind of whatever.
Yeah, I give this a 2 out of 5.
Same.
2.5 out of 5 stars. I mean,
not 2 for me, to be honest.
Yeah, you know what? Fucking 2 out of 5. Yeah, this was a fun match. On to the next match, which is probably my favorite match of the night. For the Cruiserweight title, Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy, with Buddy Murphy picking up the victory. We both went with Buddy Murphy. And this was a fantastic match. Like, honestly, this is probably one of my favorite, probably one of the best matches I've seen on the main roster. Probably one of the best Cruiserweight matches I've seen in such a long time. And I just love what they both did with each other. My only knock is I wish it was about maybe 5 minutes longer. I thought I would have benefited from that. But some of the spots, insane, especially with Alexander. With I don't even that Tupe Suicida or whatever it's called on the top rope. I'm having a brain fart right now, but that was pretty cool. And even like towards the beginning when Buddy Murphy like brought the energy and really like did a lot of cool spots, and towards the end it got really intense and awesome because Alexander hit the lumbar check, and the pop from the crowd was awesome, and then the pop from the crowd when he won was pretty awesome. It was an awesome moment and probably a great moment for him, and I'm really happy for him because he probably is my most improved wrestler of 2018, and it just has been fantastic as of late. So I'm very happy for him. What do you think, Double Nine?
Easily, without question, my match of the night, to be honest. I knew that, honestly, I figured this was going to be my match of the night, to be honest, because I mentioned this when we did the predictions last week, that I saw these two wrestle live at the live event that I went to, and it was the best match I saw out of that live event because these two just tore each other apart. And that's exactly what they did in this matchup too. And the spots, the momentum, the energy, it was all there. Like, and it was, everything you could possibly have wanted out of a wrestling match, to be honest. And like, and what my opinion was a very uneventful show. This felt very eventful to me. Like, this felt very great. Like, Cedric Alexander, pulled off some great stuff here. That move that Buddy Murphy did off the top rope, I don't know what it was. I don't remember the name of it. But my God, I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, he just drove Cedric off of the turnbuckle, and that was great. Really high intensity. There was times where I thought Cedric was going to win. But no, Buddy kicked out, and then when Buddy, his finisher on Cedric, and got the 1, 2, 3 epic moment. He became the first Australian superstar to ever win a championship in WWE, and just the crowd went nuts. It was an overall amazing moment, and great for Buddy Murphy. He's probably my favorite on 205 Live, and it's great to see him as a champion now. So yeah, for me, this matchup, honestly, it's a 5 out of 5. I absolutely adore this matchup. It might be my favorite main roster match of the year so far. I'm not too sure on that. I might have to go back on some things, but like, seriously, this matchup blew me away.
For me, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. And like I said, the only knock that I give it, I think it would have benefited from maybe 5 minutes longer. But other than that, again, a fantastic match. I don't know if I mentioned it, but we both went with Buddy Murphy and we both got the point.
Yes.
For the next match, The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. With The Shield picking up the win, we both went with The Shield. We both get the point there. And again, a really solid match. I really like the psychology between everybody, and I think the pacing was done fantastically.
Yeah.
I really, really like what the pacing, how it was paced, and how everybody worked with each other. Everybody worked really well with each other. I like how my favorite spot of the match was when Braun, Dolph, and Drew were up on the top rope, and then Dean gets on the other side and goes to make it look like he's attacking Seth and Roman, but attacks Braun instead. And then, more just chaos ensues. And then Dean hits the dirty deeds eventually. Dolph or Drew?
It was Dolph.
It was Dolph. Okay, it was Dolph. And picks up the win. But again, I like how everything was paced and whatnot. What do you think?
Great match. I was very surprised about this match. I'm going to be honest. I really could have given two shits about this matchup. This feud has been boring as fuck to me. But this matchup was actually really great. They all had great psychology with each other. The in-ring work with each other was fantastic, in my opinion. I thought everyone worked each other off well. Also, another awesome spot when Braun is about to go for like the running shoulder tackle onto Dean. Roman actually spears him through the barricade. I thought that was great.
That was cool. And like Michael Cole's like, where did Roman even come from? I legitimately didn't see Roman do it until he hit it.
Yeah, I was like, Roman literally came as like the Roadrunner or some shit. He came like flying.
Yeah, no, like he came out of nowhere.
Exactly, and I thought their entrance was really fucking cool too. Like them in like that large ass crowd just like walking down to the ring. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, awesome matchup. Probably my most surprising matchup of the night because I just didn't really care about it, but I was so invested into it because it was just everything that was going on with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And anything else to say about this match?
No, great 6-man tag team match overall. I give this a 4 out of 5.
I give this a 4.5 out of 5. I really.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
And I agree. It was pretty surprising. And on to something that was very disappointing. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz.
Oh, God, this was so disappointing.
Yeah. 2 minutes. There was no need for this match to be 2 minutes. Like, honestly.
I get it. You know, you had to make time for Undertaker versus Triple H.
There was no need for that match to begin with, and there was no need for that match to be 25 fucking minutes. I would have given more time to Daniel Bryan versus The Miz because it really would have benefited from this match. Anyway, this is a #1 contender shot for the WWE Championship. Daniel Bryan defeating The Miz. I was very surprised by this result. I was convinced The Miz was going to win because Styles won. And thank God Daniel Bryan won because I went with Daniel Bryan and he went with Miz. And guess what? Now I retain my lead. He doesn't get the lead.
Suck my cock now on.
So that's the only silver lining about this is that Daniel Bryan won.
Because, oh, man, they really missed an opportunity. Like, oh, God. Like, seriously, I hate to be that person, but sometimes I think I'm fucking smarter than WWE because you had a good opportunity. I'm going to go on a rant for a moment. You had a good opportunity to build something with this. Have Miz win, then have him win the title, not at Crown Jewel. He doesn't wait for his opportunity for Crown Jewel. He does that SmackDown 1000, wins the title. You know, Miz has a few. Now, you know what should have happened in this matchup? You know how Randy Orton's been teasing his next victim? Have his next victim be Daniel Bryan. Have him cost him this matchup. That would have made more sense. And then, you know, Bryan feuds with Orton for a little bit, and you know, Miz feuds with Styles for a little bit. Then Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, and then Miz and Bryan face each other at WrestleMania for the title, and then Bryan finally wins the title. How hard is that to do?
Yeah.
I mean, cool. We're getting, you know, Styles versus Bryan at Crown Jewel, but you just had so much of a better opportunity here.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Especially with how this matchup went out. Like, what the fuck, 2 minutes and a roll up?
Yeah. But yeah, no. I do want to do a little bit of a crazy prediction. Don't know if it is, but I gotta think it's gonna happen. I think because if you remember, like the huge thing that really happened, like the big like talking point out of Raw 1000 was that CM Punk turned heel.
Yes.
What was CM Punk at the time? The WWE champion. Holding it for very close to a year. It might have been a year at that point, but it was no, it wasn't a year at that point, but it was getting very close to a year. What are we approaching? SmackDown 1000.
Yes.
Who is the WWE champion that is getting oh so close to holding the title for 1 year? AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles will turn heel on Daniel Bryan.
Oh shit!
That's just
that's not a bad prediction, to be honest.
That's just me. I don't know how. Oh, okay. I don't know.
I did not see Daniel Bryan turn heel at all.
It's either it's face versus face or
Styles turns heel. That's the only way I see. Out of those two, it's the only ways I see it going.
And I got another prediction. Not only AJ Styles turn heel at SmackDown 1000, but it has just been announced, and I'm not going to go too much into it now or in the next match, but HBK is coming out of retirement to wrestle. Now,
and apparently, there's a rumor that they want to try and get him for WrestleMania 35 to compete.
Yes, and depending on how well he does at Crown Jewel. Now, this is just me. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Maybe I'm just being too hopeful because I'm going to be at the fucking event. But AJ Styles will turn heel. Daniel Bryan will win the title. AJ Styles will remain a heel until WrestleMania. Maybe a little bit before that. I don't know. I don't give a shit what happens after WrestleMania right now. But I'm caring about what happens at WrestleMania. If, and only if, WWE is smart enough and Shawn Michaels does well, which I'm hoping he does. I'm sure he will. But I think, and I believe, that we will get AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania this year. Because what are like the two matches that he was rumored for to come back for before he actually came back? Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I think those are the two matches that they want. I think they see that's where the money is. And, that's a huge enough match for, WrestleMania. So I think we're actually going to get Shawn Michaels versus AJ Styles. I'm praying. I'm hoping. They're like my two favorite wrestlers of all time.
If you get to see that live, that's going to be the most glorious thing of all time.
Yes. But yeah, that's just me. But back to the match. I give this like 0.5 out of 5. Like this.
Yeah, like
terrible.
Yeah, I give it like a 1, to be honest. That was uneventful as fuck.
All right, on to the next match.
Undertaker.
Undertaker
last
versus,
time ever.
Yeah. Ooh. Undertaker versus Triple H in a no disqualification match. Triple H won. We both predicted Undertaker. I don't really have much to say.
I wanted to go with Triple H too, but damn it, I went with the Undertaker because I thought I had the feeling.
Oops.
Oops. I can definitely look at be like, oof.
I don't have much to say about this match other than this match wasn't that good. It was a little bit better than I expected, but it still wasn't that good. The pacing was slow. I didn't really think that there was any business for this match, especially for no disqualification. There was no reason for this to be 25 minutes. I don't really have much to say about this match, so you can take it away.
I can't deny I had a lot of fun with this matchup. It isn't anything special or anything, but I had fun with it. I think the no disqualification element added a lot to it of me having fun with it, but like, there's definitely no purpose for this matchup. But the two still work well together. They're still very good in-ring performers, and shit. So, I give them props. I enjoyed the matchup a bit, honestly. It isn't anything special, but I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't a big fan. I give it like a 2 out of 5.
I'd give it like a 3. I had fun with it.
Can you continue talking while I total this up? Just say
okay, yeah, sure. But yeah, and then the ending happens where everyone's showing respect to each other, and then Undertaker and Kane just attack Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Which was a cool moment, I'm not gonna lie, because I really didn't actually see that coming. So I was like, oh shit. And which is now leading into Crown Jewel, which DX are gonna fight the Brothers of Destruction. So that should be interesting to say the least.
Yes. And I know I was very against it last week, but I thought about it a little bit more, and I talked to my friend about it, and he made good sense. And I thought about it. Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, objectively. Subjectively, he is the best of all time, in my opinion.
I think he is the great. I think, honestly, in my humble opinion, he is the greatest wrestler to ever.
I will say this: objectively, he is the greatest performer of all time.
Yes.
Might not be the best wrestler. He's up there in terms of wrestling, but he's definitely the greatest performer of all time. Yeah. He's my personal favorite wrestler of all time.
He's my second favorite.
Exactly.
Yeah, so...
And I thought about it a little bit more. Shawn Michaels was considered the greatest by many, or one of the greatest by many, for a reason. And if anybody can put on a good show, it's him. And if he's going to have a great match with anybody. And if my prediction's correct, and we get the style, if anybody's going to have a great match with him, it's going to be AJ Styles. If fucking AJ Styles going to have a fucking 4-star match with fucking Shane McMahon, who doesn't even fucking train, and who isn't a trained wrestler at all, then imagine what he can do.
AJ Styles can make a fucking broomstick look good, okay?
Yeah, and like, I'm assuming he looks in good shape. Like, it's not like he looks like fucking terrible. So that's just me. I still gotta fucking tally this, so continue talking, please.
I guess we'll talk about Styles versus Michaels, if that does happen. That's an ultimate dream match of mine. I always looked at AJ Styles as like the next Shawn Michaels, as kind of like, because they do have some similarities with each other, and AJ Styles is just that great of a performer and that great of a in-ring competitor. And if anybody could really match Michaels' level of styling and stuff like that, it would be Styles, honestly. So if that matchup does happen at WrestleMania 35, it's going to be quite epic, and I can't wait for it. But like, I'm definitely excited for it. I wasn't too keen on Michaels returning to the ring, but if we could have the possibility of seeing Styles versus Michaels, that'd be pretty awesome. I ain't gonna lie, that I would, die to see that.
Yeah, I agree. Like I mentioned before, I am still in the lead by 1 point. There's still very much a lot of time for Double 9 to gain that 1 point. I legit thought like Styles won, and I was very happy for Styles, but I go, Double 9 has the lead. It's a 1 point fucking lead. I can come back eventually, but WWE gave me the serve of the fucking decade. But the score is now 41-40 in my favor. Hopefully I can keep it up. Maybe not. But things are certainly getting interesting, especially with Evolution coming around. But any last closing thoughts about this pay-per-view before we end things off?
A very uneventful show, to be honest. Had some good matches, but very uneventful overall. It was just kind of a big excuse to have them have an event in Australia. It felt like an overblown house show.
Yeah, there was definitely some very big bright spots. AJ Styles versus Joe, Buddy Murphy versus Cedric, and then
the 6-man tag team match.
The Shield versus Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre. The Elias segment was the best fucking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, and the Iconics winning is always a plus. So negative.
Yeah, so there were
everything
definitely some bright spots at this event. It's just overall, I felt.
Yeah, I give it about like a 2.5 out of 5.
Same, about like a 2.5 out of 5. This was definitely not worth staying up till 5 a.m. for.
Yeah, that's
See,
not
this is
my
why
problem.
Andrew Hayes is much smarter than Double Nine.
Yes. But anyway, anything you want to say before we end this video off? In terms of your fucking channel?
Nothing much. Thank you all for watching. Very much appreciate it. We should be back in. We're gonna be back next week, actually.
Yes.
With our top 5 most underrated wrestlers, and then in 2 weeks we'll be doing our predictions and preview for Evolution.
Yeah, so we still got a lot. Like you said, next week, top 5 most underrated. The week after that, preview and predictions for Evolution, and then after that, we review it. So please be on the lookout for that. Please check out his channel. I know I say this every week, and I'm going to be saying it every time we do these. Fucking check out his channel.
Yes.
Do all the fun stuff that I always mention. Do it on his channel.
Yeah.
Please check out my reviews for Venom and Starsborn. My Venom one especially, I think, is one of the best ones I've done to date. My Starsborn is really good, but I wouldn't say check it out if I didn't. I wouldn't have posted it if I didn't think it was good. But please check it out, especially the Venom one, because I really enjoyed that one for what I did. I'm really happy with that one. I'm happy how both turned out, but especially the Venom one. So please go check that out. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the fun stuff. Do that for him, like I mentioned. And I want you guys to holler.
If you hear me.
See you guys later.